Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Big Talk Pigskin. I am your host, Bowden, and I'm joined with my two wonderful co-hosts, Q and Andre. How have you guys been?
I've been living it up, Finals is coming to a close for me because I found out that I don't got to go to a single final next week. So my school year ends on Friday, and I can't wait. How about you, Andre?
I've been pretty good. I had a little scare today with class. Found out I had a presentation today that I was
forgot about that.
caught off guard by, but we made it work by the grace of God, and we did good. So, everything's going good now. We're back on track.
They did phenomenal, especially to have 5 slides and come back around with 12, like in the midst of 15 minutes. They did their thing. It was pretty good. It was good.
That is good. On the fly.
Yep. Yeah. How you been, Bowden?
Oh, doing good. Exciting week coming up with the conference championship games. I'm ready to get to Saturday to watch them. We got and Friday. We have some of the smaller ones going on. But yeah, I've been good. Had a good week and ready to get rolling into the weekend.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right. And so first up on our agenda here today, the playoff poll. Some of the stuff that has moved around. Obviously, we know Ohio State, Indiana not moved. There's no reason for them to move. This weekend, one of them will move somewhere after this game. I don't know who. We don't know where they'll move to. Depends on how close this game is. Oregon jumped up another spot because of that Texas A&M loss. They lost to Texas, which, now if you see Georgia or Texas Tech lose the Big Ten or lose their conference championship games, and we have a close Big Ten championship game, honestly, there could be a chance that we get 3 Big Tens on a bye, and that's insane to me.
That's definitely insane,
and
it's nice.
It's really doable, real realistic. I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't really see Georgia losing, but it would be cool to see it though. To see 3 of the teams at the top of the football, our conference is just running like college football. That would be cool.
I would love to see that because that means people could stop talking about with the Big Ten and how it's not that good of a conference at the SEC, but we got some heavy hitters in the Big Ten. And as of right now, we got 3 Big Ten teams in the top 5. What did I tell everybody else?
Exactly. The SEC has 1 in the top 5. With number 3 Georgia. Even the Big 12 has Texas Tech up in the top 5. So, the Big 10 is strong. Great conference. And some of the other movement we had, USC jumped up 1 spot after beating UCLA, moved up to 16. Michigan dropped 4 spots probably because they didn't score a touchdown against Ohio State. But I don't know, maybe they shouldn't have dropped as much, but you're out of the playoffs anyway, so. And then Iowa comes back in to the playoff poll. Come in at number 23.
I know you're happy about that, Bowden. Yes. I know you wish they were higher, but your boys are ranked.
Yeah, they still ranked.
It's nice to see. I mean, obviously we weren't making the playoffs after losing to both Oregon and USC. So I honestly didn't think we were going to get ranked again for the rest of this season, but huge win over Nebraska, beat them by 24 points. I think it's deserving. They're a good team. Now, do I necessarily agree with putting them over North Texas or James Madison? I mean, yeah, we're a bigger school. We are probably better. We'd probably beat them in a head-to-head. But no, I think they're a little more deserving with their 11-1 records.
Yes,
and that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go. I have a whole tangent. So.
All right. So finish your tangent, then.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain why I'm surprised about this. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say my tangent goes with North Texas and James Madison. In all honesty, huge that they put them in, both of them into the rankings along with Tulane, our 3 group of 5s that we have in there in the playoff poll. So obviously Tulane and North Texas play on Saturday. Actually, do they play Friday? They play Friday night, Friday at 8. And so that game is huge because whoever wins that will be the group of 5 attendee into the playoffs, 100%. That will be the 5th highest ranked conference champion, assuming that Virginia wins the ACC. If Duke wins the ACC, then that means the American winner of either Tulane or North Texas is going to get in. And if James Madison wins, which they should, Sun Belt, we'll have James Madison and the American champion over 8-5 Duke. I mean, they're 7-5 right in the conference championship for the ACC, which is awful, by the way. Crazy how that played out. But we could see 2 group of 5s here because of how these rankings are now set and, just depending on what happens. But the Americans in for sure. Both of their teams are ranked above James Madison. So for sure they'll be in. James Madison needs a miracle. They need Duke to beat Virginia.
Yes, I agree with that. And what I am surprised about, I won't say really surprised, but like James Madison is really ranked 25th. And they had a heck of a year this year. Starting off 0-1, then just winning out like this, that is insane. That shows you that they are a very well-coached team and a good team at the end of the day. Why am I stuttering?
Yeah, and 1-1. Start off 1-1. They played Weber State first week, but then they when they got into actually playing bigger schools, not the FCS opponent that they had this year. Yeah, they lost to Louisville, who is a solid team. That is a good team in the ACC, and they lost by 2 touchdowns. I think if they would have played that game more towards the end of the season, which obviously isn't going to happen when you're in conference play, but I think they would have matched up better with them later on and probably beaten them later on. So huge for them. Like, that is a good loss.
It is. But that's pretty much all I had to say about them.
Yeah, we're in store for a huge weekend. Friday and Saturday is going to be absolutely massive for the playoffs and seeing what happens there. So do you guys anything else on the poll for this week?
No, that's just about it. I actually am a little bit interested. I'm thinking more about that Georgia game, and they do play Bama at home, and like I don't know, like playing Bama at home is hard.
Pretty much at home.
Yeah, I mean, but like
they play in Atlanta, so I mean, like home game, but like it is.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Because conference championship, they're neutral. But they do play in Atlanta. And, right down the road from them, it's basically a home game. And that's the problem with them playing there, in my opinion.
I was going to say that, I don't know, that one could shake it up a little bit. Bama, if they can go in there and pull that out, that would shake up the rankings good, get our Oregon boys a good chance.
Well, in Alabama, they're ranked 9th. As of, the top 10, they make it in based on how it's set up. Obviously, we know it's the top 12 teams, but it's the top 10 teams, and you get the 5 highest ranked conference champions. If that's Virginia, who wins the ACC, I mean, they're sitting 17th right now. They're not actually going to be the 11th seed or the 11th ranked team. They will be the 11th seed. Same with, the group of 5 winner. The group of 5 winner, whether it's Tulane or North Texas, they'll be the 12th seed, but they're not going to jump up to being ranked 12th in the country. They'll probably be like 18th, and Virginia will probably be like 15th. So Alabama's sitting at 9. They're in the bottom 2 spots of the teams who are still there waiting to get in. And if they lose, they have to have a close game. They lose big. I mean, I could see them getting pushed out. And you shouldn't take away from somebody because they played an extra game in a conference championship, but a 3-loss Bama team that had beat Georgia earlier in the year and then gets, steamrolled by them in the conference championship shouldn't be in.
No.
So we'll see.
Yes, we will. Interesting.
All right. And then we'll go over, we have some predictions, some pre-playoff predictions as of, before the conference championships go. Who wants to start us off?
I can.
Go ahead.
So if I got it right, I don't know who all the conference winners are going to be. Obviously, if you've been watching the show, you know who I think is going to win it all. I think Ohio State's going to win everything.
The biasness is okay.
I mean, I would call it bias, but I just feel I don't know, they've shown enough for you to be confident in picking them to go all the way. But if I had to take them out, well then
I just mean kind of like, who do you think's getting in? Seeded 1 through 12. Where do you think's getting in? I can go if you want. I kind of have a general glimpse of what I'm thinking here. So realistically, I don't know who's winning the Big Ten championship game. We'll get into that later. I don't want to give away my prediction now before we talk about the game. So whoever wins the Big Ten will be number 1. Even if it's a close game, I don't think they'll be number 2 because I believe that Georgia's going to win, and I believe Texas Tech will win their conference as well. So I think we'll have them at 2 and 3, and then either Ohio State or Indiana I think will be 4th. I think the Big Ten loser will be 4th because it'll be a close game. Then you kind of go to the outside. Obviously, the rest of these guys don't really play this week. So like Oregon, they don't play this week. They're going to stay at 5. Ole Miss, they don't play this week. They could drop because of not having Lane Kiffin. I don't think they should be able to host a home game now that they're losing a coach. Think Florida State treatment from 2 years ago. I don't think they should deserve a home game at this point. Florida State didn't get in because they lost their quarterback, and they were an undefeated team. So I just don't think Ole Miss deserves it at this. The players deserve it, but when you take away a huge piece from your team, I don't think they should have it, but they probably will. They'll probably stay at 6. Texas A&M will probably stay up at 7th. Oklahoma at 8. Alabama I think they'll lose, and I think they'll stay in. I don't think they should personally, but they'll probably stay in, and they'll probably go to 10. And then Notre Dame will be the 9 seed. And then when it comes to our other conferences, I personally am predicting Duke to upset Virginia in the ACC championship. And I see that as a way to get two group of 5s in. And I think that North Texas upsets Tulane, makes it in at the 11, and James Madison makes it in at the 12.
Okay.
Because there's not going to be a whole lot that moves around, but I honestly I like the Duke Blue Devils. I really want it to happen. I more so am like sitting here in all this, like I want to see this chaos happen. So this is what I'm just going to believe is going to happen. Virginia's a better team. They beat Duke a couple weeks ago by a pretty good margin. But I think Duke gets a revenge. It's hard to beat someone twice.
Exactly.
That is the truth.
That's definitely true.
I don't know. Duke is just so like I haven't watched a lot of their season, but like the games I've seen, maybe it's just like whenever I watch them, that's when they decide to lose. But they're just like inconsistent. Like they shoot themselves in the foot, and I don't know. It's just bad luck, I guess, because like it'll be the weeks I think they're going to win, and then they just go out and they just pick that week to lose. But like watching them, they just I don't know. Like it just seems like they're missing something. Like they can't just hold it all together. It's always something that just falls apart, and then they just goes downhill from there. So I don't know. I kind of got Virginia this week. I think Virginia's going to get it done on Saturday.
I like
so
Duke.
You like Duke too? Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
So I think we're all kind of in the general consensus of how it's kind of going to look, who's going to be up in there. It's just kind of dependent on that Duke game, in all honesty. Obviously, in the American, it's like either one of them's in, Tulane or North Texas, but I just personally, I'd like to see North Texas there. So, freshman QB, he's a dog, really good.
Ooh.
In my opinion, he should transfer after this year and go somewhere bigger, but maybe he really likes North Texas and wants to stay there.
I mean, off the season that they had, I can't blame him. But I will probably try to transfer up if he can. If he can't, stay there at North Texas, and still ball out for your sophomore year.
Yeah. He almost has 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions. Like, if it was me, I would be getting ready to, move on out, trying to get to those higher tier schools.
Yeah, 100%. I'd be gone if I was him after this year. I mean, I don't know who needs him. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. But I'd be gone if I'm the Iowa Hawkeyes right now. I don't care who we brought in the portal last year. I'm throwing every bit of NIL money that we have in our fund at this kid. Every single dollar. Bring him in.
I was gonna say he can impact the team. Like 4,000. Like, yeah, you want to be like, he's North Texas. Well, North Texas has a chance to go be in the playoffs. Like, that's Division I football. Like, he went up and put almost 4,000 yards in like a professional.
In his redshirt freshman year.
Yeah.
His first season as a starter. This guy, I believe, I'm not 100% confident. I believe he was actually a preferred walk-on coming out of high school as well. Man. So this is a guy who wasn't even on a scholarship last year. From what I believe, I'm not 100% confident on that. I'm like 90% confident.
Yeah, that's at least 2 touchdowns a game and at least 300 yards a game. Like, and that's at a minimum. So,
yeah, I believe he's going to be very nice. He has a very bright future if he can like replicate this at I mean, it's still D1, but at a higher level of D1. You know. Not just at North Texas, but like probably, like you said, Iowa or something, even Purdue. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like anybody, any of these bigger teams that need a guy, like I'd be calling his phone as soon as this AC or AAC championship's over. Especially like if they lose, you know, he's just got a bowl game left and the season's over. So he's not going through the playoffs. Like, dude, get this guy on the phone. Find a way to get him in. Anywhere, like every school who needs a quarterback has someone leaving, whether they're going to the NFL or they're graduating and they're done, they should be calling this kid.
I'd even bring him in to compete, even if I had a guy and I felt like, like North Texas, your quarterback is better than my guy. Like, come in and compete and beat my old guy out for a spot. Like, give us a reason to kick him off the team and get some spot and some NIL money because like we brought in the wrong guy.
Exactly.
Hey, so you basically using him as a trap.
No,
honestly,
great.
Honestly, if I'm Michigan, I'd be calling for him. If I was Michigan, I would be wanting him.
Do you think Bryce? Keep going.
I was gonna say because look, Bryce is really good in his true freshman year, and obviously this guy has had a whole another year of development being a redshirt freshman, but. This is a kid who was not a super highly ranked guy. I'm pretty sure he was a preferred walk-on originally at North Texas. And then there's Bryce Underwood, who is 5-star, had $10 million in NIL just thrown at him to come to Michigan. And this kid looked better. Obviously, it's lesser opponents that you're playing. You're not playing Big Ten opponents each week. You're not playing Oklahoma, but this is a solid player, and I'd bring him in to compete with Bryce if I was Michigan. I would do what I could to do that. Now, if I was this kid, I would not go to Michigan because I wouldn't want to compete there. I'd want to go somewhere and play and know I'm going to play.
Exactly. He said he just being there for somebody else's character development.
I would go to Penn State, honestly. If I'm him.
If Drew Aller leaves.
Even if he's there, honestly.
Honestly.
Big knows, like, I'm not a fan of Drew Aller, but any quarterback, I think should compete with him. Like, I feel like the bottom barrel goes like Nico, like he's like in the garbage can, and then like on the garbage lid, that's where Drew Aller is. So, like, hey, I would not be scared to go compete with him. I'd be like, this is the perfect place. Like, they're missing a couple pieces. They're gonna bring in a new coach, so like. When you get a new coach, it doesn't matter who was there in the past. It's all like open season, open trials. Like you could have been the best dude. You still have to compete for your spot because it's a new coach with new plays, new schemes. So like, forget about what Drew Aller did. Like he's still like, I don't know, just another quarterback, just another player on the team at this point. So like, I would try and win over this new coach. And then like you add this dude, like the Big Ten gets scary. Like this might be a whole different like Big Ten championship on Saturday.
And my guess is he'll probably end up going to the Big 12 over to Oklahoma State. North Texas's coach, that's where he's gotten hired to for next year. Obviously, he's finishing out the season with North Texas, but he's going over to Oklahoma State. So I think this kid will probably follow him, their quarterback there. I'm trying to think of his actual name. Let me look at it because I feel bad not saying his name because he's a dog. Drew Mestmaker.
Yep.
Drew Mestmaker.
That is a last name, man. That is a last name right there.
Yes, it is.
Hey, he would surely take Drew Aller's spot. So who's the best Drew? Because you got Drew, then you got Drew, but one of them one of them might change their name to Andrew.
Yeah, might have to.
Let's say Drew Aller will turn into Andrew. Or he might be like, Drew Aller would be like Little Drew on campus, and then Drew Messiker, that'd be Big Drew. Big Drew on campus.
That's Big Brother right there, you know.
All right. And let's move over from this. We'll go over to preview the game of the week. Obviously, it's the only Big Ten game we got, but it is the game of the week. Game day should be going there, but obviously with all their contracts with the SEC, ESPN and the SEC, like it makes sense they're not there, but they should be here. This is number 1 versus number 2, going head to head for the Big Ten championship game. Me and Andre will be in attendance there. Follow along at our on our X account. We'll be live tweeting, if you call it tweeting still. Now that it's not Twitter, I don't know what else to call it other than Twitter.
18?
I'm about to say we'll be live X.
Xing. Like that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I was thinking about that on my drive home from work today. Is what do we call this now that it's not Twitter? But over on X, follow us there. If you're not already, we'll be live tweeting from there. I'll be live tweeting from my personal account as well. We'll get that all. You'll be able to find my account through Big Talk's account. But yeah, we're going to be there, and it's going to be an exciting time and ready for this game. How are you guys feeling for this game coming up?
What? You go first. It's your team.
I mean, I'm excited, like, because the biggest flaw, the biggest thing I always hear when people talk about Ohio State is that, like, we quote unquote don't play any competition. And it's not our fault that we make teams look bad, but like if we go win this game, like there's no argument, there's nothing anyone can say about like our team. It's like we're not battle tested, so it's like it's easy to look good against the teams you play. People want to keep talking about Grambling, even though we played the number 1 team before that. Like it's not our fault that teams aren't turning out to be who they're supposed to be. We had Penn State and in Texas. Like we're trying to play good teams. But, like, it's a business at the end of the day. We're not about to burn ourselves out in the season to please y'all. So I'm excited for this game. This is a chance for us to shut all the haters up. Now, to be, like, neutral and play devil's advocate, I don't know if we really just going to be able to do that, though. This Indiana team is scary. Like, I think these are the 2 best teams in football. And, like, if Ohio State doesn't go win the national championship, then I think Indiana's going to do it. So it's like, I feel like this is like the best game we're going to get all season, like even the national championship. Like I feel like this game can compete with that game. So I'm definitely excited for this.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Like this game's going to come down to the wire in my prediction. I'm sorry. Because these are, in my eyes, the 2 actually best teams, not just record-wise, but the best football teams that's actually in college football right now. Because you got Ohio State, impenetrable defense, who've been great all year. I can't even say good. They've been great. They've been phenomenal all year. Their front 7 is a wall with some hard-hitting safeties coming downhill, helping out with the backers also. So this game is going to be very good, and it's going to be a test more so for Ohio State than it is Indiana. Because, no offense, but Ohio State really didn't play nobody like that. Yes, Game 1, they played the number 1 ranked team in the nation, but that is preseason predictions. As we see now, they not number 1, they not number 5. So things happen and things always shape out. But just FYI, I got Indiana, and it's not biasness. It's just that I have high hopes for Indiana this year because they just shocked me, surprised me all year.
Yeah. And I think this game will be very close as well. I think we could potentially see a blowout here by either one of these teams, considering how well both of them play offense and defense, which makes me think it's going to be a close, tough fought battle. But you never know. If one team's offense or defense has an off day, it's over. You have an off day. If Indiana's offense has a bad day, Ohio State's going to dominate because they're going to be able to score more points than Indiana. If Ohio State's defense has a bad day, even if Ohio State's offense is moving the ball really well, I mean, their defense is not, holding up, and Indiana's going to be able to score more points. So, I think we don't know yet. There could be someone could have a bad day, and I don't think that'll happen. I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend, the best championship game. And something you bring up with not really playing anybody. Obviously, yes, Texas is still a good team. Three losses, but one's to Ohio State. Obviously, one's to Florida, not good. But I just don't like something that the SEC has to say. Obviously, I think Texas A&M is really good. They shouldn't have lost to Texas. But there's a complete difference in playing a game close versus somebody and winning than there is losing a close game. Indiana, they've played close against Iowa. They played close against Oregon. They played close against Penn State at Penn State for the first ever time they won in Happy Valley. I mean, those wins, while yes, Penn State's not as good as what they were supposed to be, it's still a talented team. Iowa, that was a good team, a really good defense. Oregon, a really good team. They're number 5 in the country. I mean, people like to say, well, they played them close. They didn't blow them out. They didn't dominate them. Those are good teams, and they won a close game. It is harder to win a close game than it is to win a blowout. You have to persevere. You have to go through all of this adversity to win those games. And the SEC, like when you look at Texas A&M, they went through all this adversity just to lose. They didn't go through the adversity. They didn't give up, but that's like, when you're comparing the two, Indiana didn't give up against Penn State. They didn't give up against Iowa when they were down. They went and won the game. Texas A&M didn't go down and win the game. So I hate hearing that from like SEC or any other conference, even when Big Ten fans say it about other conferences. If you win a close game, you still won, and you showed perseverance and the fact that you are going to play no matter what till the end of the game. And that's why I think these are the two best teams in the country. And no matter what the score is, I think they both should stay ranked 1 and 2 unless it's a blowout. But obviously, I still, again, like I said earlier, I think whoever loses this game drops to 4, still gets a bye. So we'll see. But yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a really close game. We have the two Heisman frontrunners playing against each other. The Heisman's won this weekend.
Yeah. And I don't know. I kind of, like, I'm thinking about it all. I kind of just lean towards Ohio State a little bit more. I just feel like Ohio State's defense is like the best defense in the country. Indiana's defense is pretty close to that. Now, Indiana's offense, they get it going. Like, they pick it up a little bit faster and get it going a little bit quicker than Ohio State does. But I feel like to your point, this battle of the Heisman, I feel like we're going to see a different side of Julian Sand that we haven't seen all year. Like, this is his chance to go and steal that Heisman, because I feel like right now it's Mendoza's to win or lose. He goes out, he handles business. Even if it's a close game, it's his. Now, Julian Sand goes out and balls, dominates. Like, now he makes the argument, and you have to give it to him. Like, right now, their stats are, like, pretty much identical. Like, Julian Sand, he has about 300 more yards, but Mendoza has 2 more touchdowns. They both have 5 picks. Like, they have similar stats. So it's like they're both 12-0. They're 1 and 2 team. They're in the Big Ten championship. So it's like it really comes down to them, like who anchors their team, who gets the job done. And I feel like this is going to bring a side of Julian Sand out, because he's a competitor. Like, if you look at his face during the game, if you look at him when he plays, like, he wants it bad. So this is going to wake him up. And I feel like that's just going to be like the one little difference that, like, we haven't seen all year that's going to make a difference this week.
Yeah. And I agree. I don't think necessarily whoever wins this game, that means they're going to win the Heisman. I mean, if Ohio State has a very dominant run game, and that's how they win this game, is because they have like three or 4 rushing touchdowns, and Indiana has 2 or 3 passing touchdowns. Like, it should go to Mendoza still. Yeah. Same with vice versa. Flip the names. So,
win the personal battle between them two. Not
exactly. Yeah, it shouldn't be based off the teams. Now, obviously, if one of these teams gets blown out, which it shouldn't happen, it's probably not going to happen. But if one of them gets blown out, yeah, then you go, okay, the winning team, their quarterback's going to get it.
Fair. In a way. But like I said,
what do you mean by in a way?
Because like to me, I mean, of course, when it comes to end season rewards, you could ball out on a worse team and not really get nothing. Is what I'm saying about in a way. So to me, I think the Heisman is going to whoever really wins this game. because it's ranked number 1 and number 2, and both of the players is playing out of their minds this year. So whoever wins the game, to me, is going to win the Heisman. Well, I don't know why I have to say it like that.
But I feel like you still have to think about, like, that's when Bowden point comes in. Like,
Oh, no.
yeah, like, so say, like, I don't know, Indiana goes up there and win, and they win by 3, like a field goal. But, like, Julian Sand had 4 touchdowns and Mendoza had, like, 2. It's like, yeah, you lost by a field goal, but, like, obviously, like, this is the most valuable player in college football right now. Like,
you had a great performance in Indiana's running game is what took them to win this game. Obviously, Mendoza did something, but right, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know. Like, I'm not bashing you or even doubting you.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, that just somewhat you will see how it usually goes. In a way, like it's especially nowadays, like everything is almost like a popularity contest, even if you balling out, you know.
Yeah, 100%. That's definitely true.
So I just believe that if they both have 300 plus yards and 3 plus touchdowns, it's gonna come down to who won the game.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. You know,
definitely true. And so let's go over some of our final predictions for this game. Let's start off. Q, who wins this game? Score or margin, whatever. And I'm going to add one thing in.
All right.
Who's going to be the MVP of this game?
I got Indiana by 7, 1 score.
Okay.
1 score, overtime. This game might actually go into overtime. So y'all two get ready. And I like Mendoza. I like him. He's a field general, and he's not gonna just throw up Hail Marys every play either. Like, he plays smart and he plays within himself and with the scheme of things. So he's gonna carry this Indiana team to Pager.
Andre, what are your thoughts? Final prediction.
You know I'm going with my Buckeyes. my boys are getting the dub. They're getting it done. Score. I want to say, I just see 10. I don't know why. The number 10 is just in my head. So I'm going to say the Buckeyes win by 10. I'm betting they go down, get a field goal, get a stop, and get a score at the end of the game.
And who's your MVP?
MVP? I don't know. Either Julian Sand, or I'm going to say it's going to be one of the defensive guys like Reese or Caleb Downs.
Okay. And I'll say mine. I think this game, I think it's going to be really close. I think it comes down to the wire. I think it's a field goal, and I think it's going to be 28-31. I think it could go either way, but I'm going to predict that Ohio State ends up winning 31-28, and Carnell Tate gets the MVP. I think he'll have multiple touchdowns, and he'll get the MVP. Because I think if it is a 28-31 game, I think 2 of those touchdowns are Tate, one's Jeremiah Smith, one's Bo Jackson.
Okay.
So that's
I can see that. Yeah, I'll definitely see Bo Jackson getting one. Like, I wanted to say him, and I feel like he's gonna be the unrecognized player of the game, because I feel like he's gonna be the dude who's like getting those drives down the field, like taking that pressure off Julian Sand, making the game easier for him and our OC, which is crazy. If I got it right, our OC's leaving to go to Oregon or something like that,
He's going to South Florida.
Okay, good.
He's taking over the head coach of South Florida.
They were trolling. I was getting trolled earlier. They were saying he's in Oregon.
They were interviewing him at Penn State, I guess. So he went. Brian Hartline went down to Kentucky, and then Kentucky hired Oregon's offensive coordinator. Then Hartline, supposedly based on plane tracking, went from Lexington to State College and went and visited Penn State. And I don't know if that's even true, because he was hired as South Florida's coach, like right around the same time I saw all that going on, like maybe next day. So, yeah, I mean, obviously he's here for the rest of the season. End of the year, he will now be a head coach at South Florida, who is a good program.
Hey, he's going to go up on the bang.
And then So those are our predictions for this upcoming game. We'll be there again. Follow us over on Twitter as well, or X as well, if you're not already, so you can see our live tweets, and you'll see mine as well. We'll make sure you guys know which one mine is. And then just a little bonus segment I just wanted to bring up really quick. The absolute Penn State dilemma going on here is insane. Still no coach. Still haven't hired a coach. They've been denied or haven't accepted a bunch of different coaches. I mean, they turned down Urban Meyer. Who does that? And then today, the day we're recording this, National Signing Day. And they had 5 verbal commits and 2 actually signed today. Basically, everybody has flipped to either go to Virginia Tech or to follow James Franklin, or are going to West Virginia at this point now. What's going on there? Like, you're the 150th ranked class. There's 136 teams in the FBS. You are under almost 20 FCS schools. Like Harvard. Dude, their academic standards are huge. How?
Harvard.
That's what I'm saying. Their academic standards are so huge. How can they out-recruit you? Even with an interim head coach, like, how have we not hired a coach? I don't understand what's going on here. This team's going to be trash next year. If this team wins more than 5 games next year, I will be genuinely surprised, because nothing is looking their way. These guys are looking like they're going to be awful next year, and it's no fault of the players. It's all on the athletic director for firing James Franklin when they shouldn't have.
I completely agree.
Same. Fired him and did not have a backup plan.
Hire him and then don't hire, or fire him, then don't hire a coach makes no sense.
Exactly.
You had Urban Meyer on the hook and you went, I don't like what he had to say about NIL. We're not going to hire him. Who does that? As an Iowa fan, if that were to happen at Iowa, I would stop being a fan of the program. I would be so upset. I'd be like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not, like, this athletic director is trash. I'm done. Find a new athletic director before I become a fan again. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. They're imploding right now, and I feel bad for the players because it's not their fault at all. It's on the athletic director, in my opinion.
So do you think Penn State is just going to go downhill?
Yeah, pretty much. I think, we're like what we've seen out of like Michigan State, UCLA recently. I think that's what we're going to see Penn State as next year. Like, especially when you compare Michigan State, because you go look at Michigan State during the 2010s when they they were solid, always really good, always competitive. Their coach retires. I believe he retired. Mark D'Antonio. I can't remember his name. It's been a long time since he's been there. And then they follow up with Mel Tucker, who gets kicked out. Jonathan Smith, who now they just fired. And obviously they made a really good hire with Pat Fitzgerald. I said this earlier in the last episode, I think Pat Fitzgerald was a great hire for Michigan State, but like, you've seen that decline out of Michigan State, where they used to be this pretty good program who was competing for Big Ten championships and playoff spots. They made the playoffs in the 4-team era in 2015 over Iowa. But I was at that conference championship game too. That was awful. Very, very sad day. But that's what I think we're going to see out of Penn State now, is we're going to see this decline in their performance. They're going to go from the James Franklin era to, hey, we're turning over a new coach every 2 to 3 years at this point, up until we find somebody who is going to solidify that spot, like I think Pat Fitzgerald is about to do at Michigan State, and we won't know until we see it. But I think he's going to do that, and Penn State's going to have to go through this whole turmoil. And this is not going to be that power program that we are used to seeing. It's going to be gone. It's not going to be powerful anymore for probably another 10 years, in my opinion.
Okay. I feel that, though. I feel that. So
I feel bad for him.
Penn State golden era is done.
it's like, and if it were some program like kind of deserving of it, right? Like then you'd sit there and say, okay, well, I don't feel bad, but it's like Penn State, like the fans weren't sitting there saying fire James Franklin. Like maybe some of them were, but like it's the same. Every year people at Iowa are saying fire Kirk Ferentz. We're not going to do that. It's a bad idea. But you had the players wanted James Franklin there. Obviously, the recruits wanted to come play for him still. And the AD and the boosters or whatever, whoever made all those final decisions decided to get rid of him. And it's on them. And I feel bad for the players, the fans, the students, but I don't feel bad for the higher-ups in the athletic department there. They brought this on themselves, and they're going to lose a lot of revenue, and it's all their fault.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'll say he went to Virginia Tech, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech's gonna be in that top 25 next year.
Oh, 100%. They jumped up. I'm not exactly sure where they were sitting at nationally with recruiting before James Franklin was there, but they're sitting at like 25th right now or somewhere in the top 25 for recruiting classes. And I know in the ACC itself, they were in between the 16th and 18th team in the country or in the conference. And now they're top 5 in the conference recruiting wise. So it's very clear to see, like, obviously, yeah, most of these commits are just guys who are committed to him at Penn State, but they didn't want to go to Penn State. They wanted to play for James Franklin.
Sorry.
So Penn State messed up. It's a whole ordeal for them, and they got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see them hire a coach. Maybe by the time this episode's out, they'll finally have hired a coach, but
I doubt it.
not while we're recording it today.
I still doubt it.
I'll say you'll get another episode before they get a coach.
Probably. With the way everything's going.
You get a national championship before they get a coach.
After New Year?
I don't think it'll last that long.
After New Year?
Hey, the way they playing it, man. They didn't pass up on signing day, did not have a coach. Oh, yeah. They do not care.
It's bad. But
I
think, yeah, right. What can you do? But yeah, I think that sums up what we had today for you guys. Again, follow us over on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. We'll be there. We're going to be live tweeting the game from the Big Ten Championship. So it'll be exciting. Make sure to follow us over there. And yeah, that's what we got for you today. And tune back in Monday for our recap. And the playoff poll will be out and the bracket will be out, and we'll talk about that as well. Q, you want to take us out?
All righty. This is going to be a little quick one. Hope everybody drives safe. I pray that everybody get to work on time. If you got caught in a snowstorm, I pray that you don't slip on the side of the road like how I did. But you're still here, though. But make sure that you have your caffeine and a black coffee. Hope not. But add some sugar and spice to it.
A piece of gum.
Oh yeah, we need that gum on standby. You gotta have it like how you always have your phone. The gum had to be right next to it, or the opposite pocket. And also, it's getting cold out. Make sure you have chapstick. Okay. Yeah. That is just for yourself. It's gonna help your lips stay hydrated. It said they looking all beat up. Okay. I don't know how to say it. But I know what I mean. But hope everybody have a good one. Have a good day. Have a good work day. And hopefully y'all found this podcast interesting. See y'all next week.
See you guys.